Welcome all REMchannel clients and all our prospective clients. We are proud to present our podcast for the analysis of the technical sector remuneration trends as at September 2018. We hope you enjoy the presentation and we trust this will give you insights into the current REM trends for the industry. Today we will discuss the following topics: the big picture of rewards and benefits, where does it all fit in, a REMchannel recap, the REM trends for the industry, some survey administrative notes and reminders, and finally an introduction of our people and organization team at PwC. So our first topic will be the big picture. Where does it all fit in? Remuneration and reward is all very well in terms of what we pay, how we pay, and how much we pay. But if these payments are not done in line with your business strategy and operational needs, you might run into trouble. It's therefore important to always consider the total reward model in your strategy. This diagram illustrates the REMchannel reward model. A reward model is embodied in an organization's reward philosophy. A reward philosophy normally consists of a set of beliefs which underpin the reward strategy of the organization, governing the reward policies and providing guiding principles which determine how the reward process operates and also determines pay decisions in the organization. This model demonstrates the various aspects of reward. On the left, remuneration and benefits, which consist of fixed and variable remuneration. Fixed remuneration is referred to as the salaries we pay to employees, including various elements of benefits. The fixed remuneration is determined using pay structures developed around a grade structure. Variable remuneration can consist of short and long-term incentives which assist to promote pay for performance culture. On the right, we have the rewards environment, which includes the aspects of how an employee relates to an organization, the team and direct management, as well as his own job. The character, reputation, brand, and achievements of an organization form a big part of the reward environment. Relationships, teamwork, and support from the team is critical to an employee's association with an organization. Lastly, employees need meaningful work and recognition for achievement and contributions made to the organization. An employee's well-being is vital to the reward environment and will influence and prove as a result of the impact of the organizational reward structure. Combining all these aspects of reward will significantly influence an employee's decision to join, stay, or even leave a firm. Next, we will take you through a recap of REMchannel, Namibia's largest online salary survey. REMchannel is hosted and administered by a dedicated Namibian team for more than 7 years. We currently have over 100 subscribed participants in the survey, some who still need to upload or they are new joiners. The survey enables the subscriber to pull customized reports on salary data in the Namibian market. The survey currently runs in all of the SADC countries: Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, Swaziland, and Lesotho. The survey has over 60,000 data points and 500 market positions. The data is compiled from actual payroll dumps and published monthly, so is therefore accurate and up-to-date actual salary data. Rigorous testing is performed on the data collected, which makes it reliable. The survey runs 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, making it easy to access your data. The health of the survey is dependent on a consistent number of participants and data. During the last 12 months, we've had some significant drop-offs due to financial and budgetary limitations. However, we are experiencing a turnaround where we've several new participants adding valuable data. Now, the source of the data is our PwC REMchannel survey. Here you can view the list of participants for the technical sector. Arriva Resources Namibia, B2Gold, Balo World Equipment, Bulk Mining Explosives, Senoret, De Beers Marine Namibia, Dundee Precious Metals, Elgin Brown and Hammer, Irongo Red, Graz Marine, Langer Heinrich Uranium, MTC, Namdeb Diamond Corp, NAC, Namibia Diamond Trading Company, NAM Port, NAM Power, NAM Water, NAMCOR, Nored, QKR Namibia Gold Mine, Roads Authority, Roshpina Zinc Corporation, Rossing Uranium, Transnamib, and Walfish Bay Refineries. REMchannel Namibia currently has 16 active industry circles. There are some overlaps across some of the industries, like mining with manufacturing and banking with financial services. All the circles make up the Namibia National Database. Therefore, the national industry encompasses all the data points across all the different industries. Upon joining, the participant's data will automatically become part of the Namibia National Circle, and the participant will have access to this Namibia National Circle, typically where one would benchmark more generic type positions like HR, finance, marketing. Furthermore, the participant's data will automatically become part of one industry-specific circle, as selected during the sign-up process, and have access to the benchmark against the specific industry circle. Typically, this would be the core business of the participant, for example, mining, retail, or technical. A participant may, however, belong to further industry-specific circles at an additional cost. When a participant requests to be part of a circle that is not their primary industry, all the participants in this industry circle must grant their permission for this company to become part of their industry. We are currently targeting the hospitality and short-term insurance industries as well. In comparing salary data in the survey, we look at all the remuneration which makes up total guaranteed components. The items included in a total package are all payments and benefits of a fixed and regular nature, and the values can be determined. Employees will be entitled to these payments when they show up for work. These items include basic cash, annual guaranteed bonus or 13th check, pension and medical benefits, vehicle and transport benefits, housing benefits, and all other type of allowances, telephone tool, computer, entertainment. We also specifically include other cash and non-cash benefits. Please note that even if your company does not apply TGP principles, the data we collect and use to compare in the market will still relate to total guaranteed package, so as to have a more accurate picture of the actual remuneration and benefits paid in the market. Let's have a look at how TGP practice is applied in the market. It's important for us as employers to educate employees to understand the TGP principles so that they know what to look out for should they want to leave or join a company. In a situation where they are offered $1,000 more in basic cash, the question they should be asking is whether $1,000 is worth more if considering the total benefits offered. Unintended consequences of TGP practice is that people do not look at the total value of the benefits. Here we have an illustration of 3 companies and their total pay structures. Company A is typically a retail company. It has a large variable component and very little benefits covered by the company. The employee has to pay from basic salary. Variable components are not received every month, thus they are not reliable and not guaranteed. So it depends on the risk appetite of the employee. Company B is typically a government structure where benefits are great, but people do not know its worth. Education is key on how much they would pay for these benefits should they leave the government structure. Company C is typically a private sector organization where essential benefits are covered but the employee must cover the rest from their basic salary. The performance element is dependent on the market, company performance, and it's never guaranteed. Based on the current information available on REMchannel, 75% of the technical industry of unionized staff and general staff are still on basic plus benefits remuneration structures, which we note is highly influenced by unions. For the unionized staff, it offers an opportunity to negotiate on benefits, therefore creating the illusion this remuneration approach creates more bargaining power. From the figures above, it's evident that the majority of management and executives are on TGP. Market trend is that TGP is used for employees with allowances which tend to be on this level. TGP allows for easier market comparisons, more individual package structure flexibility, and thus it's becoming the market trend. Here we have a look at the total guaranteed components and composition for the Namibia Technical Sector specifically. For staff, we noticed very little car and travel benefits were captured and very little other non-cash benefits. However, we understand that the company transport is normally granted to employees traveling to and from work. Concerning is the percentage going to retirement funding. Should this not be at least a 10%? We also see low housing allowances, 13%. However, the market practice is between 25 and 30%. This is an area which can be improved. We all have housing expenses and we can receive a tax benefit here. Management packages, we saw company and car benefits more than on staff level, as this could be a prerequisite of performing their work. Retirement funding is still found to be low, however, almost on par with market at a 10%. This is a surprising low percentage paid on market premium allowance. Premium is paid for those specialized positions, probably with the specific industry knowledge and experience. Very little differentiation was found between the staff and the management level. Our next section, we will have a look at the remuneration trends for the technical sector. We all know that the drive behind annual increases are not always singular. Various elements contribute to salary and wage increases. Elements include union negotiations, individual and company performance, economic forecasts and affordability, historic increases, industry comparisons, and of course market benchmarking. The current inflation for July 2018 was reported at 4.5%. The average over the past 6 months, or the first 2 quarters of the year, was about 3.8%, which gives us a 12-month average inflation of 4.4%. All in all, almost half the inflation this time last year. We would believe that inflation plays a significant role in the technical sector, as profit margins are lower than for other industries. Or are they really? So what are your experiences in this area? What drives your increases? Next, we will look at the reported increments for the industry. Here we have the mandated pay adjustments from our survey data. So each participant is required to complete a questionnaire which asks what their increases were in the last 12 months and what their budgeted or mandated increases are for the next 12 months. The table is split between the increases on a TGP package and basic plus benefits. Also, we note that the increases are more on the lower level staff than on executive level. Interpreting the data is always interesting. So why would this be? Interesting to note that the increases are also more than the average CPI. So this information is accessible by subscribers, which they normally use for budgeting purposes. However, it's important to consider how old these estimate increases are. So we need to know when they provided these estimates. For the review month statistics, it's safe to say that the previous predictions are relatively to date. The question here is, when do you start budgeting? From our current participants in this sector, the following are the salary review months for the industry, prominent within January, April at the bulk, and then July. It would be safe to say that for the industry, using the data as published after July would be the most relevant for budgeting purposes. Also remember, REMchannel has a projection tool which can be used to either project the market data or your own data with a desired percentage to see what the effect would be if such increments were incorporated in the data. The technical sector includes about 13,042 data points. So here we have a look at the Namibia Technical Sector, the job discipline distribution across the industry. Most employees are positioned to the technical function, which comes as no surprise, with the supporting services or administrative jobs following. This merely shows which disciplines form the core functions of the business and which supplement the core function. Here we performed an analysis on age and gender for the technical industry. The age analysis is very interesting, where we find 26 to 35 and 36 to 45 are the largest age contributors in the industry. We also see almost a quarter of the workforce in the age group 46 to 55, which is interesting to find in the industry compared to other industries. Why is this important? I would ask, are the benefits offered appealing to all the age groups? Are you catering for different age groups' needs, or is it an across-the-board application of benefits? It comes as no surprise that males dominate the industry at face value due to the nature of work within the technical sector. It would be interesting to view how the job disciplines are spread by gender, specifically to understand if females actually take up technical positions within our industry. Here we have a comparison of the Southern African countries we have on the REMchannel survey. We would always assume that South Africa is the biggest payer. From looking at the graph for this month, yes, this was true, but Now I would like to emphasize that it is extremely important that when you benchmark, you need to know what data you are using and also try and interpret why the data is showing the picture it is. South Africa's economy is 10 times larger than Namibia, so is it really a fair comparison of benchmark? You will see we are fairly on par with the South African technical sector. Botswana, they offer no medical or pension benefits. It's paid by the government. So it seems that they pay very low, but we are not necessarily comparing apples with apples. Swaziland's remuneration structure is fairly flat, but remember their political structure is significantly different from ours. Lesotho is mostly made up of branches of South African companies, which are manned by South African expats who are paid incidentals and premiums to go and work in Lesotho. So now that you know what's in the data we use, it gives us a different interpretation of the data we use to benchmark with. Here we illustrate the Namibia leading industries in comparison. The technical sector leads the overall Namibia national market by 49% due to the high influence of the mining data included in the sector. As we can see, where the mining industry is the clear leader in the market by 56%. We also find some manufacturing processes and disciplines in the technical sector, and here we can see that the manufacturing industry actually lags the market by 32%. This is mainly due to blue workers receiving smaller remuneration packages than those in mining and technical positions. Before delving into the technical sector's remuneration data, let's see how the technical discipline's remuneration compares with non-technical disciplines in the Namibian national market data overall. We can see that on average the technical discipline earns significantly more than non-technical disciplines by about a 34% difference. So we can definitely see that a market premium is being paid for technical disciplines within our Namibian market. Next, we compare the remuneration differences of technical disciplines with non-technical disciplines, specifically within the technical sector, to see if technical disciplines actually receive a premium. We can see that on average technical disciplines earn a bit more than non-technical by about 14%, and we see the difference increasing from skilled levels to professionally qualified levels. Hence, we can see a market premium is actually being paid for technical disciplines within the technical industry. Namibian organizations have a tendency to like to compare with the South African market, so we've included a comparison of the remuneration differences for the technical industry specifically between South Africa and Namibia. We can see that the two economies are relatively on par, however Namibia actually pays slightly more on all levels, on average about 11% more than South Africa. Namibia is in a more competitive position on all levels. The reason could include a constant demand of technical skill sets within the industry, also considering the high influence the mining data has within this survey data. The market premiums being paid for attraction and retention are also a big influencer here. Next, we have a comparison of the private sector versus the public sector for our Namibian national market, as this comparison is always a hot topic and there is an overall perception that the public sector pays less than the private sector. The public sector remains in the lead with about a 9% over the private sector. If you look at the exponential lines, the maroon line represents the public sector, where salaries are higher on lower levels and then lower on more senior levels compared to the private sector. This is normally influenced by our state-owned remuneration guidelines, which limits the salary packages on senior management and executive levels. This is an illustration from the Namibian national market's pay per discipline, specifically for a professionally qualified employee. Technical disciplines are paid above the rest, where education would follow and thereafter safety officers and IT-related disciplines. Normally, pay is linked to qualification, as well as the consequence of error. For example, where mistakes are made with a distribution may be far less than those in a technical position. The analysis of this would indicate that one generic pay structure may not accommodate all disciplines, and from a pay scale perspective, you could consider having two pay scales, one for technical disciplines, which are at the core function of the business, and one for support staff. But this may cause administrative issues as well as perceived unfair pay on the same grade level. In our last section, we would like to share some important survey administration notes and reminders. Here we have our REMchannel upload project plan. From our REMchannel participants, you will be requested to do your REMchannel upload a month subsequent to your salary increases being granted in the organization. A grace period of 1 more month may be granted for uploading, after which your data and access from the system will be discarded until an upload is done. Please understand we have several clients uploading monthly, hence any late submission causes pressure which could be avoided altogether. Please feel free to contact our team if you struggle with the process or need help to finalize the information required. Kindly note that the project timeline is shared well in advance for you to diarize every step of the upload process to meet our deadlines. There are 5 key dates, of which the 4th date is the submission complete stage, when the upload process must be finalized in order for your data to be included in the next month's publication. This deadline is the same across Africa and can therefore not be changed. Step 1 refers to the submission of the upload file. Please submit your upload file in the format required. You are welcome to contact our team should you have any queries in the population of the upload file. In step 2, we compare your salary data to the remuneration policies, and where the salary data does not correspond with the policies, we will provide you with queries to ensure validated data is included in the upload file. Where required, the upload file is then updated for uploading into REMchannel. In step 3, we compare your internal jobs to the REMchannel jobs, focusing on an 80% job match based on the job content, description, grade, and qualifications are all used as guidelines in this exercise. During this step, we will also conduct a job audit process where we conduct a two-fold comparison, 1 to the job every individual is matched to and 2 to the grade the individual falls in. Where there is disparity of more than 30%, either above or below market data, queries are raised in order for us to understand why the salaries differ with the market data. Step 4 is then the end of the upload, and step 5, which usually takes place on the first Monday of the new month, will be when you can view your latest comparisons to market. We request that you provide all the required information. The more you give, the more you can receive. As emphasized in the previous slide, please ensure that you stick to the deadlines in submitting the upload file. Once you miss the first deadline, you fall behind with the following deadlines. However, we are able to assist if you are under pressure. All that we require is communication from your side. Furthermore, we kindly request that you submit your data in the required format. You are welcome to provide more information such as additional columns as to how the totals are calculated. It is just important that you indicate this to us, as the system will only accept the upload file if it is in the correct format. Point number 3 touches on the important element, which is the review of data. Please ensure that another pair of eyes review the data before sending it to us. It is also advisable for the matching to be reviewed before sending. A good idea is to always check your own salary data for accuracy. We kindly request that you please ensure that your contacts for REMchannel remain updated, as we will not know who the correct contacts are for every step of the upload if you do not inform us of any staff changes. If your payroll person is responsible for the REMchannel upload file population and your OD person for the matching, please inform us accordingly. We will also, as far as possible, ensure that the team manager is CC'd in to ensure that he or she remains in the loop of the deadlines and can assist if a relevant person is unavailable. Point number 5 is one we often assist with, and this is to ensure you match to REMchannel positions where there is market data available. If you do have any specific positions you cannot find market data for, please get in touch with us and we can assist with alternative solutions. The last point relates to executive matching. Due to the limited data pool available for CEOs and MDs, we encourage you to provide us with the required financial data in order to be able to obtain data for these positions. Please be reminded that you can only get data up to the highest level you provided data for. We urge that you submit your CEO data to ensure we build a comprehensive data set for executive remuneration and benefits. We would like to take this opportunity to explain the REMchannel system criteria when it comes to population of market data. In order to obtain percentile data for a survey position, the system requires more than 10 data points matched to the position over at least 3 companies. Both criteria should be met before percentile data is generated. Alternatively, only average or mean data will be generated. This criteria is set to ensure that the data confidentiality of every company is maintained and to ensure that the company's identity is not compromised. Why this is important is for when extracting reports and then you have an insufficient sample on a data set, then please understand this is due to the system criteria that kicked in. If you need alternative solutions, please don't hesitate to contact the team. In an attempt to remain the largest Namibian salary survey, we are always open to your suggestions on ways to improve or enhance the system. We offer training on how to use the system every second month during our user training sessions, which is included in the REMchannel subscription fees. So please be encouraged to use this opportunity to ensure that you are comfortable to use the system. Due to the sensitive nature of the data included in every survey, you must update your password every 90 days. This can be done online. Please note that all communication and files shared from our office will be done through password-protected files. The password will remain the same for the full calendar year and will be shared via SMS or email. Should you extract reports and insufficient data is stated, please contact our office to assist with alternative solutions. Before we close off this podcast, we would like to share with you the pictures and names of our team. The People and Organization team can consult and assist with a variety of HR-related services on reward consulting, performance management, and people strategy. So please feel free to contact us should you require any assistance. We thank you for making the time to watch this podcast, and we hope to hear from you soon. Please feel free to contact any of our consultants should you have any questions or queries, or if you would like to join REMchannel. We would also like to remind you to subscribe to our HR Matters quarterly newsletter, providing informed commentary on current developments in the people and organization arena. Have a blessed week. Greetings from the Rewards Consulting team at PwC.